Everybody, welcome to this new public lecture and Gnostic lesson that the Gnostic International Institution is offering to the whole humanity, but especially you people that are in Deutschland and in Netherlands, in Germany and in Holland. But however, this technological system gives us the opportunity to spread this kind of transmission in lives everywhere in the planet Earth. We know already that lots of people are seeing us from Asia and also from Africa and America. So everybody welcome to this lecture about the three astral projection techniques. We think this is a very common and popular topic nowadays, especially uh, between we people that follow the path of the awakening of the consciousness, and maybe for some that don't have this kind of esoteric knowledge, it is like a curiosity to know what is this about astral projection. Okay, so before to see this very interesting topic of today, I would like to do a presentation of myself. My name is Osvaldo Jimeno. I am a Gnostic instructor from this organization, international and non-profit organization that is called Gnosis, Culture and Science, as I said, of Netherlands and Germany, or Deutschland. Today we are going to see a little bit about the institution. First of all, this institution was founded around 70 years by the great philosopher Master Samael Aun Weor. Master Samael Aun Weor was the founder of Gnostic institutions in the 20th century, and he synthesized the ancient Gnostic teachings that always were existing through the main and principal cultures of humanity. And he wrote more than 78 books of universal wisdom. We will show you and give you some link in order to get access to our Gnostic library, where you can get access to these wonderful works of Master Samael that talks about alchemy, metaphysics, revolutionary psychology, natural medicine, astrology, Kabbalah, ancient civilization, synthesis of religions, meditation, Gnostic medicine, astral projection techniques, among other topics of interest, especially for we people that follow this wonderful path. We are established in more than 35 countries around the world, mostly in America, but also we have representations, of course, in Europe, as we said, in Germany and in Holland, but also in Spain, in France, in Ireland, in UK, in Italy, in Switzerland, and we are projecting ourselves in order to open some branches in Asia. Hopefully, during this year, in the next, we will open some branches um, in Asia, but also another ones in Africa, because our objective is to give this wonderful knowledge to the people with sincere and noble heart, with to people that are really open to make a change in their lives and that want to make a change, because actually Gnostic knowledge is for the ones that really wants to change. So we are going to give you all the techniques and the keys in order to do that wonderful and necessary change in yourself. Okay, so this is the topic of today, my friends, the three astral projection techniques. Before to see about the astral projection techniques, we need to see what is about dreams, for example, right? Because sometimes we can confuse dreams with astral projection, and these both are totally different but related. Dreams is a function, a process, or a state of replenishment of energies. Of course, we already know that our physical body necessarily needs, because otherwise, if somebody do not sleep, then this physical body will die, of course, because there is not a state of replenishment of these energies. The energy of the dream is as necessary as the food to survive, but also the air or the oxygen to survive. If somebody do not sleep, so finally just die. But we are not talking about dreams when we talk about astral projection, because this last, it is the living of our physical body using another kind of body, that is the body of our soul or astral body. Astral body, in order that you understand me in this lecture, is equivalent in this case to the soul, to the soul. But if we define it strictly as it is the essence, that is a fraction of our soul that use another body of spiritual nature that we have, that is the astral body or the body of our soul. The spirit is different than the body and than the soul. But this will be a topic, different topic of study in the next lectures or in the courses of 23 lectures that we give in our Gnostic centers, but also online. Finally, we are going to give you the link that you can subscribe in order to get access to this free and open course of Gnosis, when we are going to detail all these topics that we are touching even today. Okay, so dreams are different than astral projection, because dreams we can consider as something or some experience totally unconscious, right? Dreams is unconscious experience. But when we talk about astral projection, is a conscious experience that you know already, and you realize that you are leaving your physical body on the bed and then go to the fifth dimension, that is the unknown dimension, according what the people says. But every single night this physical body is sleeping, then we go to the fifth dimension, that is the astral dimension. Okay, so what are the benefits of the astral projection? What are the benefits when you leave your physical body on the bed and then penetrate or go inside the fifth dimension? First of all, is receiving internal instruction. It's a way or certain state where we can receive or get real and very profound instruction from the higher intelligence or intelligences, as angels, divas, etc., etc., etc. Because we need to know that angels in real exist in the superior dimensions of the nature. We can't see them, but they can see us totally. Why we can't see that angels or higher intelligences? Because our consciousness is sleeping. We need to awake our consciousness. We need to develop, for example, this astral projection faculty and then penetrate into the fifth dimension where the angels or these higher intelligences resides. So this is the first benefit for the astral projection. The second one is to get the knowledge, direct knowledge of the past and the future, of your own past and of your own future. Because somebody can start to get access to the remembering or the memories of the past lives or past existences. Or maybe that person can start to have or to get access to the knowledge of his own future, some kind of events that will happen maybe in 1, 3, 5 years, 10 years later from now. And of course, this is something amazing to know, but it's possible through the astral projection. That is direct experience. This is the system, astral projection, what prophets and all the masters of any kind of religion use it before in order to get access to the future. And some master of awakening consciousness can get access to the past, not according of what the book says or what the internet or Google says about the past, but in real, because this kind of masters in that level can go to the Akashic records, that means some kind of universal library in the fifth dimension, and get access to the real history of humanity and to the real history of ourselves. Because let me ask you something, my friends, from where we are coming from before to have this physical body, for example. With which purpose we are right here in the physical world, and where we are going to go after we die. These transcendental questions needs transcendental answers, and we can get it through this benefit of astral projection. Okay, if you are understanding or if you have some questions, you can do it through the chat of this video also. Okay, the third benefit is knowing the mysteries of life and death. This is something that we were saying before about these transcendental questions, because in real, when this physical body dies, our soul, or a fraction of our soul that we are, the essence, we call the essence, a fraction of our soul, then continue existing, my friends, continue living in the superior dimensions of nature. And after that, happened what people used to call reincarnation. But how to experience this and know this in real, not like a theory or not like a hypothesis? Because, there are thousands of millions of students of esoteric schools or schools of awakening consciousness that, with sincere heart, study too much the techniques and read the books and read the masters and see lots of videos on YouTube or whichever social media. But this information, most of people only keep it in their mind, in their intellect, as something amazing or wonderful. But we need to give the next step in order to do the verification of these mysteries of life and death. The development of the solar faith, among others, because common faith, it is to believe in something. Solar faith is when you really verify something, and this is something very necessary. Otherwise, even if we are in this or that school, in this or that religion, we are only studying that religion and that mysteries only with the intellect, not through the consciousness. Okay, my friend? So we are going to give you the first technique. That is the mantra Pharaon. Of course, this mantra is an Egyptian mantra. This Egyptian mantra, we need to do it, of course, at the time we are going to go to the bed, relaxing very well our physical body. We can do a prayer to our inner God that resides in our heart, asking for that grant us the power to awake consciousness through this mantra in the fifth dimension. Okay? So if you are already relaxed, right? Maybe with 30 breathing as this, inhalation very profound and slowly as this. Through the nose. Then you keep the air and then the exhalation through the mouth. Very slowly. Then you inhale the air. You keep the air in your head. Then you exhale the air through the mouth. You can do this by 30 times, or let's say 10 minutes, whatever. Right? As soon as you are relaxed, then you do this prayer to your inner God, because between parentheses, our inner God and the higher intelligences wanted that you and me awake consciousness, so that way we can receive instruction and be better in this physical life, in this existence. So we need to take advantage of this. As soon as you are relaxed, then you are going to pronounce verbally or mentally, depends of you, this mantra Pharaon divided in three parts. Okay? Like this. Fa Okay, this is one time or one mantra, complete mantra. So you continue pronouncing verbally or mentally, then divided or dividing this mantra in three parts, right? Fa, ra, on. We know that for some kind of people, depending of his nationality or its language, it's a little bit difficult the pronunciation of the the letter r, because you need to make the sound as that. You know, but with practice maybe you can get it. if it's a little bit difficult for you. So Master Samael says that the disciple should lie down, pay attention to this, horizontally, okay? Face up, of course. And you will place the palm of your hands extended, very relaxed, on the surface on the bed. Very, very relaxed and naturally. But the knees bend upwards. You need to leave your knees and the sole of your feet resting on the bed, right? So this one is the position, the special position for the mantralization of Pharaoh. This is Egyptian position, right? Also, Mayans assume this position in the Chacmool. The Chacmool from the ancient Mexican also were in that position that is showing on the screen, and then it's very possible that you get to the astral easier in that position, right? And also, Master says again, the entire body should be relaxed limb by limb. Okay, so this is a very important practice. Master Samael says, according to this practice, that no matter, and you don't have to take care about the moment you are going to get up from your body and leave your body. Maybe you don't gonna note it. You don't going to realize that you are leaving from from your physical body to the astral, but it doesn't matter because the next technique, the second technique that we are going to give you, is in order to know exactly that you are getting up from your body. But this one of Pharaoh, Master Samael says, you don't have to take care about that process uh, when you get up of your body and you go to the astral. Right in the astral, then you can pray to your divine mother, that is God Mother in yourself, because every single person has his own divine mother, and ask her for help in order to go to the pyramids of Egypt, because this is Egyptian mantra, if you want to know pyramids in the astral, or get you wherever you want, or your divine mother, your inner God, wants to get you. Okay? Most important is to awake. Maybe in the first practices, you are not going to have the faculty or the control in order to talk to your divine mother directly and ask her for something like this. But if you can reach the awakening of consciousness into the astral, wherever the place you are in there, but realizing you are in the astral and somewhere is your physical body, then you get success in the practice. And little by little, gradually, you are going to have more control and manage the experience, the astral projection experience. Okay, the second technique, mantra Tai Re Re Re. This mantra is, of course, to the astral projection, but the difference with the Pharaoh is that through Tai Re Re Re, you can be alert of the process that you are leaving your physical body, right? This is what the master says. And the pronunciation is like this. Pay attention to this. The syllable tai is sung in a deep tone, like very grave tone, as this tai, with the emphasis in the A. Tai. Then, in a higher tone, in a higher tone, then you repeat 3 times re, re, re. In this case, it's not necessary to pronounce the R as R. It's not necessary, don't worry. So it's easier than the pharaoh for some bodies or some people. But the repetition is like this. Re, re, re. Okay, I'm gonna do it complete. Tai, re, re, re. You understand what I mean? Because tai need to be grave or in a deep tone and higher re 3 times. Okay? Master says, when the disciple is already falling asleep, when he finds himself in that precise state of transition, this is very important. If we can realize that we are falling asleep, but at the same time awake, in that middle, in that transition between vigil and sleep, Master says, he should rise from his bed without hesitation. Laziness stops reasoning naturally, like a reflex or in an instinctive manner, automatically, and absolutely childlike. Observe the birds. When Master says observe the birds, it's because they don't think about to jump and fly. Master says that's what we need to do. But the power is in that transition, in that state of transition between vigil and sleep, right? In that transition before we fall already asleep. Then we need to get up. Master do a lot of emphasis in these practices that do not do it mentally. This is not a mental practice. Master says, doing in facts, in works. Just get up from your bed. And he talked about himself, some experiences he had, that in sometimes he just was getting up physically, and as soon as he crossed the door of his bed or his room, then he realized he still was in the physical dimension. So he just came back to bed and repeat the practice and the practice and the practice again. Because let me tell you something, my friends. Nobody can get success in the practices of Gnosis, but in this case of astral projection techniques and practices, if don't work in laziness. In laziness. Laziness is a very grave psychological defect that is the worst obstacle in order to get success in these practices of awakening consciousness in astral projection. Because, if you get identified too much with your physical body, you don't gonna feel the necessity to get up from your body or from your bed. So we need to break laziness and then get up from bed and do the exercise that Master give us through these mantras. Okay? And the third technique, very simple technique, vowel S. What we need to pronounce is the S as this. Maybe somebody can think why you are saying that S is a vowel. Yes, it's a vowel, as M also, M as mother also, because in Sanskrit, that is the primary language before this kind of languages that we have nowadays around the world existed before the Sanskrit. And in Sanskrit, that is even more ancient than Hindi, right? There are 7 vowels. Of course, I, E, O, A, right? Um, E, M, and S, and U, right? So I, E, O, A, U, M, and S. These are the 7 main sounds of your 7 chakras, right? Are you understanding? Every single chakra that you and me have has its sound or vowel. In this case, the S is related to the main chakra that is in the coccyx, that is the final part or the inferior part of your spinal column. So the S is related to the creative energy, right? So if you pronounce S by so many times, as I show you, Master says like a peaceful and sweet is, right? Then you are going to start to hear that sound in your brain. In your brain. Master called this sound as subtle voice. And as soon as you intensely provoke this sound in your brain, like very, very strong, but at will, because you provoke this same sound in yourself, you can pronounce it in the beginning, right? But after that, you are not going to do it verbally, but mentally, very focused in that zone in your brain. Then there is the power. There is the power to asleep your physical body and then go to the astral and start to receive information and get the benefits or take advantage of these amazing experiences. We hope you are understanding these 3 techniques, but don't worry, also during the free course of Gnosis of 23 lectures, you can ask to our instructors and teachers of Gnosis about these same practices. Also in the library, you can get access to the following book. I will write it on the chat. That is Logos Mantra Theurgy, right? This book of Master or Venerable Master Samael Aun Weor, it's very, very powerful because it has so many techniques, so many good information and practices in order to, just do it. Because finally, my friends, we can talk by hours about about astral projection, about the dreams, about meditation, about esoterical topics. But finally, what made the difference is what you and me can practice. That's all. And we think that through these three practices, we can get a lot of experiences, but practicing daily, daily, daily in order to get success finally someday. Of course, we need to develop the patience and the discipline, organize ourselves in order to do the practices in the daily life. Okay, another recommendations that we want to give you finally is clean your liver, because the organ related to the astral projection faculty is your liver. Yes, right here in the right side of your stomach, you have the liver that is a very important organ to, you know, purify, do a detoxification, a cleansing of your liver through castor oil, right? I'm going to talk about a dosage for an adult, right? Or a teenager from, 14 years, they can do this dosage as this: 2 tablespoons of castor oil laxative with no perfume. It's not for a skin one, right? Or for a hair of women. No, no, because it doesn't serve for this detoxification. You need to find laxative castor oil for internal use, or in this case, use. And you're going to take 2 tablespoons of castor oil. Then you're going to put 2 juices, or I'm sorry, 2 lemons. And then you are going to squeeze the juice of 2 lemons with no water. You don't want to put any kind of water, but a little salt, a little salt. Okay? Then you mix it all together, the castor oil, the juice of 2 lemons, and a little salt. You just gonna mix it. Then you drink it on fasting. This is early in the morning, on fasting. After that, what you just going to eat that day is papaya or mango or melon also. You can get it. Some type of fruit. I suggest you papaya because it has a lot of enzymes in order to replace the bacteria of your digestive system. Also, you have to take 1 liter of yogurt. Don't forget about this. And a vegetable soup in the night. That's it. You don't gonna eat very strong because you are doing a cleansing of your liver. And that's all. This is just a recommendation. And if you have any question, you can let us know. Um, maybe through the numbers of contact that we have. Okay, self-observation. Why self-observation? Because as soon as you start to see yourself in your mind, in your feelings and emotions, in your behavior, then it is like putting inside you light, light, light. That kind of conscious attention, that kind of awareness of yourself in your mind and in your emotions, then will represent inner light in yourself that is going to help you in order to keep yourself awakened in the astral. And the practice of meditation, especially for the quietness of the mind, or putting your mind blank, then is very important recommendation. Because finally, I have to say that when we go to the astral, we go to the fifth dimension. But when we meditate, we go to the sixth dimension, one dimension above or over the fifth, that is the astral. So if we develop the habit of practicing meditation, however, we go um, more away, than the fifth, then go to the fifth will be easier because we are accustomed ourselves in order to practice meditation. Okay, my friends, that's all for me. Uh, I'm just going to show you the two last presentations, inviting you to the Gnostic library, getting free access to the Gnostic books through that link. We have so many books, as this one I told you, Logos Mantram Theurgy, in German, in Dutch, in English, in Spanish, in Portuguese, French, and in Italian. So you can go through this link, and also you can subscribe to the uh, Gnostic course or Gnosis course of First Chamber. Also through this link, you will find in this link the information and the registration for this amazing course for your life. Not only maybe for an instance or a period of time, but for your life, because you are going to receive more techniques about psychology, about self knowledge, about Gnostic medicine, about anthropology, and also the keys to get success physically and internally in your life. As we are showing in this presentation, you can be a part of a practical self-knowledge school as Gnosis, Gnosis Deutschland, and Gnosis Netherlands. Okay, so we invite you sincerely to our courses and get access to this very important knowledge for your life. Thank you very much for listening to me, and we will see you in the next lecture of Gnosis Deutschland and Gnosis Netherlands. Have a good night.